No matter how you travel, it's good to have a plan. Some people plan every minute. No sleep, bus, museum, another museum. While others only plan to take it day by day. When it comes to your finances, a plan is just as important. You can count on Credit Karma to give you the insights you need to understand your options so you can take charge of your financial path and find your way to money. Explore how you can make financial progress with confidence today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Hey guys, welcome back to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. How's everybody doing today?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening.
All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about.
Hey, let me jump in here, folks. We were talking about parenting and wisdom you want to impart to your child, and everybody wants to be an influencer these days. And you got little Cruz, a couple years, 5, 6 years old. He comes and says, Mom and Dad, you know, when we were kids, everybody wants to be a firefighter and a doctor and a lawyer and all these things. Cruz comes to you and says, Mom, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be a reality star.
I will die.
What do you say?
Well, I mean,
what do you say? I mean, I guess we just got to let our kid follow his dreams, I guess, and do whatever he wants to do. As long as he's not on a... I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. You know, sure. I mean, who am I to tell him not to do something?
Hey, if we go back on TV, Cruz is coming back on TV, so he might already be a little reality star by then.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't shut him down. I mean, I would give him my advice, and Brittany would give him her advice and say, this is what you should and shouldn't do, maybe. Yeah. Or maybe the pros and cons. You can do whatever you want, but this is my advice.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to have to let him choose his own ways.
We want to support Cruz in whatever he decides to do. And I want to put him in a bunch of different things so they can find out what he really loves.
Wait, pretend I'm Cruz right now. What's the number one thing I should not do if and when I become a reality star?
You should not...
Just basically watch your father and do everything opposite of what he does.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Act like your mother, not your father.
There you go. Perfect. That's it. Act like your mother, not your father.
Yeah,
and
that's a good one.
And you should be just fine. That's my advice.
I love that question, Steve.
Hey, if you could be on anybody's podcast today, I know you don't follow podcasts, but maybe you can just tell me something.
Don't say that.
You don't follow a lot of podcasts. I just got into podcasts.
You're obsessed with Sebastian.
I am.
You've talked about it 20 times.
I am, but I also, if I could be on anybody's podcast right now, I have to think the best podcast out there right now is Theo Vaughn. He's probably my favorite right now, I'd have to say. I love everybody. I do. I love guys my age, comedians, and talking about parenting, and there's a lot of dad podcasts. I love all those because we're all kind of going through this together. But right now I'm having a really good time with Theo Vaughn, and I've been listening to him pretty much every time I travel. I got another question from Christopher. What are your trips like when you guys are filming, and are they fun?
When you're filming a reality show and you go on a trip, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. We obviously have fun and make a good time out of everything, but you definitely are waiting around a lot.
Yeah.
Because you got to wait for cameras and stuff.
Yeah, they're not as fun as everybody thinks. Don't get me wrong,
we have fun.
We have fun,
yeah.
But it's a lot of, like Brittany just said, we're waiting around for, and
really late nights, really early mornings. So you're getting woken up being really hungover with the camera crew right in your room. And they always have keys to our rooms so that you can just let themselves in and stuff.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. And it's just okay, we have dinner at 6, and then you got to make sure that they get there first because they have to set up their cameras. All the lighting and everything has to be set up, and that takes such a long time. So everything is really planned out.
Yeah, because it has to be. You have to have permission no matter what kind of TV show you're filming.
It doesn't matter.
Somewhere.
Yeah, when you guys see TV shows, you see people walking into stores, restaurants, anywhere. Nowadays, if you pretty much walk down the street, you have to have permission from the city or whatever. So nothing is just, oh, look at, they're just walking to the store. It's not. Everything has to be planned out 24 hours in advance. These stores have to be notified. The city has to be notified. You can't just put things on TV without kind of.
I like this question that you wrote down, Jax. If they did a Vanderpump Rules movie, who would you want to play you?
Where did you see that on mine? Are you reading my thing? If they did a Vanderpump movie, who would play me? That's a great question. I don't know. Who do you think would play me?
I think the guy who played Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, what's his name? Luke. Gosh, I can't think of his name.
You need a guy.
Luke Evans.
But you need a
he
guy
looks just like you.
But you need a guy that's going to be feisty and going to be
but he looks like you.
It's not so
he
much.
He played Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. He could definitely do that. I follow him on Instagram. He's an older version of you. Okay. So it would have to be somebody young, I guess, to play if they did like a movie of the past. But I just think he looks so much like you.
Yeah.
Who do you think looks like you?
I don't know. I don't know who would play me in today's Hollywood.
Jax always says, anytime, because I love Vampire Diaries, so anytime I'm watching that, he's always like, whenever I was young, I looked like Ian Smolder. What's his last name?
Ian Smolderholder. And, hey, Steve, I'll make sure I get you the picture of my identical. I have a picture that I look spot on like Ian Smolderholder. I don't know if it's Smolderholder or
the hot vampire who plays.
I apologize.
Was it Damien?
I apologize, Ian, for butchering your name, but you're a good-looking dude, and people told me I look like you. So I'll make sure I get you that picture. So we'll pull that.
That's not a bad one to look like.
No, it's not.
You know who would be good at playing me?
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, well, she don't even look like me, but you're in love with her. No, somebody who would be funny is the girl who's in Four Christmases. And she's also has that.
Oh, yes. You would be good. Yes.
American Housewife or whatever TV show.
She's amazing.
Reese Witherspoon.
No. Oh, I love Reese Witherspoon. Yeah. I've thought about her before. No, this girl is on American Housewife. Here, I'll Google really fast.
She's the mom. I'm an American Housewife, and she's in Four Christmases. She plays.
She's sitting on Four Christmases. She plays Vince Vaughn's brother's wife, and she's like pregnant, and they're sitting across from each other doing that game where you have to like.
Oh yeah, she's got really white teeth too. She's really pretty.
What's her name?
She's really pretty.
Katie Mixon.
Katie Mixon. Okay. Yeah, she's really pretty, and she's funny too. She's really funny.
No, I like her a lot. But yeah, maybe her or I love Reese Witherspoon. Jennifer Lawrence is from Kentucky too, so that's cool.
Yeah. So, hey, by the way, if y'all forgot about that scumbag Shake, he was on the show Love is Blind. He showed his true colors a couple weeks ago, and Johnny Bananas called him out on what a douchebag he is after talking to Corinne and acting the way he did to Corinne, and yet just belittling women yet again. So, again, the guy is showing his true colors, but I'm excited to finally say, I know I've been saying it every week wrong, I'm finally coming back.
On the 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
Which is next week.
Yeah, so Jax will be back.
You guys are going to love my return.
And we'll be watching it in Kentucky.
There's a twist. And you're going to love it.
Hey, I will give you guys a shout out, though, House of Villains, because it's like the highest rated new TV series of the year.
We're beating out everybody else.
That's really cool.
That's right.
Too bad you were only on like 3 episodes.
But I'm coming back for the finale, and the finale is the most important.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't get rid of the number one guy that easily. They do not.
Does everybody else come back or just you?
I can't remember. This is such a good. You know me. I'm selfish. I only care about myself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So congrats to all my cast members on that show being the highest rated show.
Yeah.
Congrats to the E Network and NBC as well. What do you think about? Oh, this is my next question, which I like it, and I'll tell you why. What do you think about social media platforms charging people now for the blue check mark? Now, tell me why? I'll tell you why I like it. I like it for the main. I like it for the reason that we are on television, and there's a lot of people that make fake profiles. So I like the reason. Like I have like 6 or 7 fake profiles of myself. So I like the blue check mark idea.
Oh, of course, yeah. But why do people have to pay for it? It should just be like you have to verify it, like we already did.
I think I think everybody should be able to get a verified check mark, because that way you know the person you're talking to is legit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But Elon Musk is making everybody pay right now.
Do you remember whenever we first started dating and people made fake profiles of me, and they were like texting your family trying to get them to give money?
Yeah.
But they were like saying, aunt, it was like your aunt or something, and she almost fell for it.
Yeah, I know.
Like, if there ain't a blue check mark, don't be
I know.
sending your money, people. There's so many scams out there. Jeez.
Do not follow anybody on social media that you think is a celebrity or someone that's, YouTube or whatever on social media unless they are verified.
And
Do not.
I think this situation is something that, like, got us having our stalker. We had a stalker. It was a very scary situation, but she like truly believed that Jax was going to leave me for her, and I was pregnant during this time, and she like actually thought Jax was going to help her get her kids back and like all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But what I think happened is somebody might have made like a fake profile page of you and was talking to her because she truly believed those things.
Right.
Like whenever she walked into our home, she was smiling at me like she was supposed to be in my house.
Yeah, guys, we had a stalker.
The creepiest thing.
Have we ever talked about this?
We've hit on it a little bit, but I think that could have been a possibility of why she like really thought. I mean, she was obviously crazy.
She was a little bit crazy.
But,
and she had,
but maybe somebody was acting like you because she kept saying she was like trying to give you money for a divorce and that you were going to help her get her kids back. And it was like money type thing.
Oh, it was bad.
So somebody might have scammed her and she believed it.
Well, I know another man went through this because another guy got a hold of me and she finally left that dude and came on to me. So hopefully whoever's dealing with her now.
There was like the girl who stalked us. She had 3 other restraining orders against her.
Yeah.
She had done it to other people. So it was a scary situation. I was pregnant and she came and walked into my house.
Yeah, she walked right into our house. I was taking in the groceries from the driveway. You know when you guys you're unloading your car and you're taking your groceries and putting them in the house. Well,
so I had no clue where my phone was either because it was in one of the bags.
And I stupidly did not shut my gate. And at that time, I didn't have a code on my gate. I do now.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't have a code. And I just walked in the house and she walked right behind me. It was a very scary situation, but...
and she let me tell y'all some weird stuff that this lady did. She would like bring presents for Cruz and like put pictures of her kids and write on the back and say like Cruz's brothers and would like leave them at our house. And then she like brought like one walkie-talkie, I guess for us to communicate with her or something. And then she brought sidewalk chalk and she wrote on our driveway, why are you what the fuck scared? And that was what she wrote on our driveway.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying. She ended up getting taken on a 72-hour like mental hold, and they ended up keeping her for over a month.
Yeah, they kept
had
her
to
for
like
a month.
announce. They had to call us and let us know when she got out of jail. It was scary. It was creepy.
Very scary. Yeah, they had to like to hold her, and she's and I don't know what happened. We don't see her anymore. Thank God.
Ever since we like doubled down on security around our house and our gates and our locks and everything. So she would have to actually climb over our fence to get to our door now.
Yeah, there's no way. We have zip ties and everything on our door. Good luck getting into our house.
Yeah.
Brittany, this is probably a question for you. What's the fanciest place you and Brittany have eaten, and what are yours and Brittany's favorite places to eat? I don't know, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to tell we have a lot.
I love Moon Shadows in Malibu. It's where we go for either Easter or Mother's Day every year. I love it so much. The Chilean sea bass is awesome. That's like probably my favorite restaurant in LA. I mean, there's so many beautiful ones here, but that's like my special place.
That's our fancy place because it is very expensive.
And it's right on the water. And I see a dolphin every time I go there.
I mean,
it's like meant to be.
You definitely pay out the kazoo for it. Mine, I would have to say my go-to is Craig's. It's my go-to. It's my go-to spot.
Yeah.
But I do have a new favorite place that's located on Wilshire called Steak 48.
Oh, that
I went
place
with
is
Melissa,
good.
with Jesse and Michelle.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys, if you want a nice date out or if you're out with your boys and you're looking for a good steak, it's on Wilshire, close to Beverly Hills area. It's called Steak 48.
They do this
I want to say
thing.
Mastro's. I want to say Mastro's is part owner or they're affiliated with it somehow.
Well, they do this cool thing where they come and they bring you like a tray with all these like beautiful different knives, and you pick out your knife that you're going to eat your steak with. It's kind of like you're a Harry Potter. You're
they do.
And you're picking your wand.
No, that wasn't that. That was the other place. That was Glenn. That's where we went. That's Steak 48 is when we went to the nice steakhouse. That's when we went to the comedy show. That was called the Owen or the Glen.
Oh, well, that place was awesome,
too.
It
was. We went to a Michelin star restaurant.
Yes.
I asked our friend Jesse to take us to a Michelin star, a very fancy place, and that was on Sunset. I can't remember. It was called the Gwen or Owen or I can't remember what it was called, but it was awesome. I mean, just like Brittany said, they brought like steak knife options,
and they were all beautiful, like all silver and like all different designs.
Like this one's from China, this one's from Japan, this one was from different whatever.
But they were all just like different looking, and you got to pick like your own one, and it just made me feel like I was in Harry Potter picking my wand. It was cool.
I can't remember the name of it. It was the Glen or the Glen or whatever. I'm talking about Steak 48. The next
they're
place
both great.
Both are wonderful.
Yeah.
But anyway. But, obviously everybody knows Brittany and I love our chain restaurants.
We love Hooters. That's my favorite restaurant.
We do love Hooters. And sadly, our closest one is Long Beach right now, which sucks. The only time we go there is when we go to the aquarium. But right now, obviously, like I said, we talk about it all the time. What do? We order Outback Steakhouse. We order... what do we order? Outback.
Are you just going to tell our whole menu?
Well, we love a good chain restaurant.
I've been into hibachi lately.
Yes, we've been eating hibachi.
That.
God, I'm getting hungry right now.
I know. Can we get some hibachi, please?
Do you think, this is my own question, do you think it's easier or harder to be a teenager these days?
Harder. For sure. Much harder. And because of the things we were talking about earlier, social media. For sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like the kids, like whenever I was in like 7th grade, I did not look like the kids that are in the 7th grade now.
The girls definitely did not look, I don't know what they're putting in the food these days, but.
It's because they all are TikTokers and stuff, so they do makeup really young and like all these like trendy looks and stuff really young. Yeah. I didn't do that stuff until I was in like high school and, older. So I feel like everybody... It's just, I don't know, everybody looks like a little TikToker, especially in LA.
Yeah. Oh, I got another question. This is a good one. Are you guys, you and Brittany, going to church still? We haven't been to church in a long time. It's not that we don't want to go. We just haven't really found a good one that we liked. I was going before COVID quite a bit to the one mid-Wilshire, the one that everybody goes to, Church Home, the one where you see Justin Bieber and the Kardashians all the time.
And we sat behind Courtney and Travis Barker before they were ever even dating.
Yeah, we were there, And I'm not going to get too much into religion, and you guys are asking me, too, if I'm going to get Cruz involved in church. I just want him to believe in something. I don't really care what it is, as long as he believes in something.
I definitely want him to grow up in church, and, he can make his own decisions, but I 100% want him to grow up in church.
I grew up in church. Yeah. Brittany grew up in church.
For sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah, and I know church can be boring, so I'm trying to...
I loved it. My dad was the children's church minister. We had the most fun. He did puppet shows. We went to church camp every week or every summer at Wesley Woods. Some of my favorite memories were church.
Mine too. And I'm not talking about that portion of it, but the portion of church where they sit and they go through the Bible and they read all this. I know that can be boring at times. I get it. The church that I found that Brittany and I were going to was relating God more to today's world. They would kind of have situations that were going on in the world and they relate God to today. But I don't want to get too much into religion. I just wanted to bring that up. But yes, we are open to looking for new churches and just kind of whatever Cruz wants to do. We don't care. Like I said, I love going to church. It kind of brings humility, which I feel is important.
Oh, I love it. It makes me feel amazing.
And I go, like it. To be honest, I really go to talk to my dad. I feel like everybody should believe in something. And it's one of those things that just makes me feel good talking to my dad there. So, and you get to check in with yourself. So whatever.
Do you feel like having a common faith or some kind of ideology like that dictates who your friends are these days?
Not in LA.
No.
Because there are just so many different religions and backgrounds and stuff here. So I feel like, I just feel like it's a big mixture here. Back home, everybody's kind of the same in like Kentucky, and we're on the Bible Belt. So it's like hardcore.
Right.
But here is a lot more.
Majority of my friends here are Jewish. Majority of my friends are Jewish here. I have some friends from Egypt. I got some friends. I got friends from everywhere. So it's very diverse here. It's very diverse.
And I love that about LA. Yeah. I really do.
I guess it talks about, do you think we're going to live in California forever? I know people ask us this all the time.
I don't think so. I don't know, though. Now we have a bar that we opened, and we've just got so many awesome projects coming up that might keep us here. For a while, at least.
I always said I'm never going to raise kids here. Now my kid's starting for...
but we love his school.
I do love his school. And Brittany just got his...
They just sent me the list of like what he's going to have to pack in his backpack and all that stuff. I got like a monogrammed lunchbox and backpack, and I got little sandwich cutters so I can make sandwiches into shapes. And I'm just going to be one of those moms that like has like the really cute shaped sandwiches every single day.
Oh, I can't wait to be that dad too. Like I'm going to date myself here. There's this movie that I absolutely love called Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton. I am going to be that guy. I'm going to be waving traffic through. I'm going to be like part of the PTA. Like in this way, out this way. I'm gonna have the orange vest on. I'm gonna be like in all the gossip with the parents. And let me tell you, my school is very gossipy. I can already tell. The moms
You're gonna love it.
They're gossipy as hell.
Jax likes to gossip a lot more than I do, so he's gonna want to be all up in it.
Sorry, I heard a banging. Sorry. Yeah, I do. And I feel like the moms are gossipy. And the guys that I talked to that their daughters have went to, and their daughters and sons have went to our school, they said, careful, the parents love to gossip. So that's going to be cool.
I think we'll fit right in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to be part of, like I said, the organization's PTA and all that stuff. So.
You know me, I'm going to go all out with everything.
Do I want to live in California forever, though? Asking the original question. No, I don't. But I don't really have a choice right now. Like Brittany said, we have a bar here. We are planning on expanding the bar to different places, and hopefully that I can kind of move out when that happens. But
we just
have so much going back on right now, and obviously we'll tell you more about all that stuff later. But yeah, there's just a lot going on right now.
Which is great.
Yeah, very excited.
I'm sorry, can I go to the bathroom? Okay. Maybe you two can talk about something for a second.
Let's just talk a little bit. You want to know what happened to me the other day? I don't know, maybe what you think about this. So I was in the airport, and I get asked for my picture all the time. People come up, hey, Jax, can I take your picture, whatever. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What would you do if someone said, hey, Jax, would you mind calling my friend and telling them this? That's a little much,
Calling your friend?
Yeah, I'm in the airport. This guy goes, hey, Jax, would you mind calling my friend Billy and telling him that that happy birthday for him? Can you get on the phone and say happy birthday? Like, I'm in the airport. I'm going to my gate. He stopped me instead of saying, hey, can I have a picture? Which I always do. I love all the fans. But they took it a step further and said, hey, would you call my friend and say X, Y, and Z?
Well, I mean, you're in an interesting situation because if you don't and you're a celebrity, you're like an asshole for not doing that. Right.
But I mean, I got to get on your phone. I got to wait for the phone call. He's picking up. He's probably not aware that I'm calling him. So the first 10 seconds, he's like, is this really? I'm talking to Jack. Right? Got that. I'm trying to get to my gate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to be nice at the same time. I'm like, I got to go. But like the thought of like, hey, can you take my phone and talk to somebody? Like, here's another thing that I'm worried about now with this AI crap. What if they're just trying to get my voice?
Oh yeah, dude, you got to be really careful about that.
Right?
Just just picturing like the strangest thing that your voice would be used for to advertise or do something like that. Like I don't know, man. It's all kind of crazy out there. I don't want to touch anybody else's phone.
That's another thing. Yeah. People say it to me. Do you mind taking a picture? I have a problem with touching other people's phones. I kind of pull the Keanu Reeves situation where he always every time he does something, he keeps his hand behind his back. Yeah. Because he's so afraid of somebody yelling at him or doing something, and he respects his wife or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I just found that to be really, really weird. And I'm so skeptical with all this technology, this AI, and now people are calling me and they're not saying anything. They're making me say hello, because they're trying to record my voice.
Yeah.
So now I get a lot of random calls. Now I don't answer them anymore, but they're saying, hello, who's there? They want that, and they're recording it to use it for other things.
I get calls like that sometimes. If it's from a spam number, I answer and hang up immediately just because they're trying to track you. I want to talk to you about something real quick. There was an episode you and Brittany did independently without me, and I sent you guys a question, and you kind of answered it, and your answer was like, huh, Steve, what do you mean by that question? So there's the thing. You're a famous guy. You live a fundamentally different life than the average Joe, like me or Garrett or Gabby or Stacy, anybody sitting over here like that. And you go places, you get recognized, people come up to you and they say, get on my phone and touch my stuff. I can imagine that can get kind of taxing and exhausting after a while. Though, I mean, you have people that love you and, you're adored for being, just this person. But my question was, is it ever a relief when people don't recognize you? And your response was like, what do you mean, Steve? But I mean, you ever just want to go to like a Krispy Kreme and just get a donut in peace?
I go through my phases. It's the part what annoys me is when I'm not ready. I usually don't care. 95% of the time, I'm always like, I'm just grateful because I'm grateful to work and I'm grateful people like to see me on TV and they watch me, they want to take a picture and they're always like, you're so nice. That I'm always grateful for that. It's the time where I'm like, I don't want you to see me if I'm having a bad morning. And like, for instance, if I'm going to the gas station or if I'm going to the grocery store, maybe Brittany and I are arguing or something and I got to get out of the house. When they catch me in those one times, and they do, they catch me when I'm not ready. If I'm not looking my best, if I'm going out through the driveway and doing the garbage and they're like, Jax, can we get a picture? Then that's the time I get pissed. Yeah. I just get pissed. But again, these are like problems that anybody would love to have. So no, to answer your question, I don't mind. But like I said, the only time that it does bother me, and when they do find me, they find me when I'm not at my best, like go grocery store, gas station. And obviously now, Brittany are more in the limelight than we have been lately. So people are starting to, pay attention to us a little bit more. So yeah, that's kind of my question. It don't mind. It doesn't bother me too much.
All right.
as long as they don't get too invasive and they start asking tons of questions. If they come in and say, hey, Jax, do you mind if I have a picture? No problem at all.
Yeah.
You know, but it sucks because technology is kind of ruining everything for everybody. Yes, it's awesome for the world, but now you're making people like that are in my shoes, you're getting us a little bit nervous now that, God forbid I say something or I do something. Are you going to use this for something else?
Well, that's an interesting question right there, because actors and celebrities selling their likeness is a whole thing. So what's the price tag for you, Jax Taylor, on your likeness being used for movies or video games or anything like that?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. I honestly, $25? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That would be something that I'm probably going to have to talk to my manager or lawyer at some point, as what is my rate for my likeness?
Brittany.
Because that's where we're at now. And Steve's got a great question. What would be the rate for you for your likeness? Because now we have AI, we have people stealing your voice and things like that. And to use your voice or your likeness, as Steve said, what would be your rate? What would you charge? I'm like $25, $50. Is this like a cameo?
No.
I humble myself.
It would have to be thousands because they can make you do anything. What was it? Was it on Black Mirror where they did this? They did an episode on it, and It was insane. Yeah, it had like Selma Hayek, I think. Like, it was like her character had to like poop in a church or something. And she was like, it was a crazy episode.
Wow.
But she was like, I can't believe that, because she signed away her rights, and they could do anything with her body after that.
Wow.
And she's like, my grandmother would just roll over in her grave if I actually did something like that.
Yeah. That would be.
So it would have to be a lot of money.
I guess you're right. It would have to be a lot of money. That's why we have lawyers. That's why we have Joe and Ryan. They would decide that.
They would never let
Steve
us
was asking,
$25. My gosh.
I know. I'm just playing.
They'll have you just cheating on me with every girl at the bar.
Oh God! It's like I don't even. It's
to cause drama.
He may ask a good question about what does it bother you when people what does it bother you when people come up to you and ask for pictures and things like that?
Oh, gosh, no, not at all.
Is there ever a time though I've been on TV now for 10, 11 years. Is there ever been a moment where, gosh, it's just not today? And I was telling him the only time that I get bothered by that is like, it's not their fault. It's when I'm not ready. If I like go to the grocery store and I'm not even thinking, that I forget sometimes that I'm on television. It's always those times that they get me putting out the garbage.
I don't ever mind taking photos with people. The only time I think it could be kind of rude, I will say, is if we're right in the middle of dinner.
Yes.
That would be literally the only time. But I'm always so grateful to talk to people and meet people, and it's one of my favorite parts about being on this lifestyle.
No, I 100% agree. Yeah. I mean, this is the life we chose, and like I said, the only reason we exist today is because of these people.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
It's not like we're talented actors.
But that would be my etiquette for asking anyone for a photo would just don't do it when they're eating.
Yeah.
Jax, ask her the phone, get on my phone question.
Oh, so I had an issue. I was at the airport in Nashville, and someone said, people always ask, hey, can I have your picture? And I was like, yeah. This person said, would you mind calling my friend? He's right here. I'm like running to my gate. Would you mind calling my friend and saying X, Y, and Z? And I was kind of like, and here's
Were you late to your gate?
No, I wasn't late, but I was on my way to the gate. I wanted to get something to eat.
We've done that so many times.
I know, but now we live in a world with AI. So now people are copying your voice and using it for other things. So you have to be very careful. I know you're very naive. I know you believe a lot of things, but you have to understand. And people are doing it now with calling when they're calling you.
Listen, everyone is just made to be nice deep down.
I wish that were true, but that's not.
You got to see positive in people, or this world sucks.
I get nervous for that. To say, hey, can you get on my friend? Like, because I know what would happen is the person that you're calling doesn't know you're calling. So the first 10 seconds, they have no idea you're calling. If somebody wants us,
I think they have enough video evidence on TV and on social media, they could do it anyway.
I know, but I just feel like everyone's out to get people. Everyone's out to get you, and everyone's out to kind of harm you. And I just
that's what I think scammers.
Technology and scamming is kind of ruined it for the people that are nice celebrities that want to do pictures, but now you're ruining it for people like us that we don't want to get near that because we're afraid of what other people are doing. Is what I'm trying to say.
Can I offer one more thing here?
Yeah.
All right. Jax, you're doing a lot of traveling lately. You got to be in locations everywhere for all these House of Villains premiere now on E! Everybody make sure to go watch it. And wouldn't it be easy if you had a couple clones just sitting around of you?
That would be my worst nightmare, Steve. I love Jax, but I've already got like 2 toddlers. So I can't handle clones.
I know. Yeah. I'll let her speak for I think one Jax Taylor is enough.
Oh gosh, one is enough.
And she's being very polite when she says, "Oh gosh." I know there's probably some explicit lyrics she would rather say.
Listen, I love you, honey, but you can be a lot. We all know that. That's why you're with me, is because I've got a lot of patience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know this.
Yeah. What do you think are happening to all the rom-coms out there? Do you see all the new movies coming out? Again, we're going with Marvel. Everything is Marvel. Why don't we have any...
Jax wants a Cameron Diaz rom-com so bad.
Listen, Cameron Diaz and Matthew McConaughey, like all my favorite rom-com people.
Oh, yes.
And when's the last
Kate
time...
Hudson.
When's the last time we had a good comedy, like besides The Hangover or what's the other one with Jonah Hill that we like? The
Which
Hangover with Jonah Hill. What was it? What was the comedies? It was not The Hangover with Jonah Hill, the funny one. With
Superbad.
Superbad.
Oh, yeah.
Superbad, Bridesmaids, Step Brothers. Like, those were the last comedies. When's the last time we had a comedy that everybody wasn't afraid of offending people? Meaning there wasn't a comedy where you're like, okay, they're going after...
No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence is another one we're getting from over here.
We watched it.
No,
it was okay.
I'm sorry, Jennifer Lawrence. I love you, Jennifer Lawrence, and I know that, but you're not a comedy person that I want to watch you in comedy. I thought
it was fine.
I don't want to watch her in a comedy. I want to watch Will Ferrell. I want to watch Cameron Diaz. I want to watch the 16. What is that movie? My Sweetest Thing. I love those movies.
Oh, The Sweetest Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Whatever happened to those movies? And like, why is comedy dying?
I mean, you want my take on that?
Yeah, what, Marvel? I'm gonna tell you, Marvel.
Well, yeah, because you want the industry wants IP. They want things that are going to make money.
$100 billion.
Established things. They don't want to take chances on random comedies that could just totally flop.
Yeah, but there's people out there that like me that would love to see a movie like that don't need the $1 billion budget. You can make a movie half the budget and still for the people like us. I feel like they're forgetting about our generation. They're forgetting about that we're still alive, that we still like those kind of things.
Hey, you're 10 years older than me.
I understand, but do you agree with me, Steve?
I'm with you, man. But yeah, I think the industry is changing. And
it's changing. So now, so don't get mad at me, Brittany, when I watch old movies and you're like, this is too old. This is why I do it, because,
you put on something from the 80s and I'm like, oh, this.
I mean, get Will Ferrell back out there. Get the people from Saturday, Adam Sandler. When's the last time Sandler's done a funny movie?
He just had that one with his kid.
I know, it was great.
And you liked it, yeah.
But I like it when he involves all the people from SNL. I like when he gets all his buddies involved, when he gets Rob Schneider involved, when he gets Dana Carey involved.
Well, why don't you go tell him this, Jax?
I'm just saying, for all the people out there that miss the rom-coms like me, let's speak up a little bit. Let's DM Cameron Diaz and be like, Cameron, please come back. We need a rom-com.
She's definitely going to listen to us.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway.
I love it.
Anyway. So, are we ready for Christmas? We're getting closer.
I'm so ready. I cannot wait. Actually, I need to finish Christmas shopping tonight.
Yeah.
I've got some things done, but I need to finish.
I got a couple more days, and I'm heading to Mexico for a couple of days. My buddy's turning 40. I want to say happy birthday to my buddy Alex Minash. We are on our way to Cabo. Schwartz and I are on our way. We're coming. We're a little late. Everybody's already there. Tom and I are going on Friday because we got stuff going on. But we are on our way, Alex. Happy 40th, buddy.
I can't wait. 3 days.
Brittany, listen, Brittany, for those of you that are going to ask me next week, does Brittany mind when you go on these trips? No, she doesn't. She's like, let me book the trip for you.
Yeah, I booked your flight this morning. Because, again, you don't know how to do it yourself.
Cheap flight, by the way. Got the flight for like $300.
I know.
Round trip to Cabo, $300.
I did good.
Thank you.
I did good. Window seat and all.
And a window seat.
So please don't get kicked off of this one.
I will not. No, this is international. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
No, please, gosh. I hope you can even make it. Like, you're going to have to figure out your car service.
I know. I got to figure it out.
What do people do without their wives?
I don't know what I would do without mine. I literally have to beg her to do everything. I'm like so not self-sufficient. I wish I was. I really wish I was. But I got to say, I'm getting super excited to go to Kentucky. Everyone that asked you get excited to go to Kentucky. Yes.
We can't
Especially
wait.
This time of the year. Mm-hmm. Because it's like I said, I'm old-fashioned. I love my nostalgia. And I just feel like
we do the same thing every year, too. It's tradition.
When I go to Kentucky, it's cold. And everyone's like, do you like the cold? Yes. For Christmas, I want snow and I want cold and I want winter coats. And I want to be with the family. We do exactly like, the reason I love my in-laws so much and my wife's family is because we do exactly like I do when I grow up. We go to the grandma's house, we go to aunt's house, and we're constantly just getting fat. We're getting eaten. And like that meme that I love, we're just getting sassy.
Fat and sassy.
Getting fat and sassy. We're eating and we're opening gifts and everybody's together. And we're all on the farm. I feel like we're just so secluded from the whole world. And it's like one of those Hallmark Christmas specials. Yes. It really is a Hallmark Christmas special.
My farm is beautiful. One of the prettiest places in the world to me.
It is. And it's like, it's a time for Brittany and I to go there and get out of LA a little bit and kind of like decompress and be like, this is what it's all about.
And be with all my best friends who have been my best friends my entire life. Like, I miss them so much. So it's always amazing that we get to spend so much time together when I go home.
Cruz has the best time with all Brittany's friends' kids, and they all watch over Cruz, and he just has so much fun, and we get to hang out with her friends. We got a cool Airbnb this year we're super excited about. Yes. We got dinner at Jeff Ruby's, which I'm super excited about.
Ooh, maybe. I wonder if Kentucky's playing. Maybe we should go to a game.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah. Well, I'm all fresh out of things to talk about.
I know. This has been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone, for listening to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya.